Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Jennifer Etherton, founder of Moonlight Mobile Notary here in Fishers, Indiana. Last week we wrapped up my two-part series on powers of attorney. This week we are stepping away from my estate planning series and we'll be discussing what happens if you need a notary while in the hospital. Before COVID-19, most of my time was spent in one hospital or assisted living center or another. At this time, it was a pretty simple task getting a notary to perform a notarization in a hospital. After COVID, it's not as straightforward, but it can still be done. One of the first things to do is find out what the new rules the hospital has implemented. This way you won't risk your notary being turned away. Just like before the pandemic, you will need to provide your own documents or arrange for your notary to print them. This is a bit of a gray area because it can skirt the line of legal advice. This can become an issue because of the difficulty of finding a printer in the hospital or many younger people not owning a printer at all. One way I work around this is I tell clients if they email me the exact document they want, I will print it. I won't choose a document for a signer and will not give advice on whether or not I think they have the right document. I know this sounds harsh, but I don't want to cross the legal advice line. If you are unsure of what you need, sometimes the medical staff at the hospital can help. Again, they can't give legal advice, but they can tell you what types of documents they will accept. This will help you narrow down your options. This route only works if your medical staff has requested documents such as a power of attorney or healthcare proxy. A member of the medical team can tell you what they are looking for, and that will give you a roadmap. At the end of the day, it's up to you to choose the correct documents for your situation. If you are still unsure, the easiest route to take is to contact an attorney. He or she can give you all the advice you need and can even draw up the documents for you. Once you have the documents in hand or in electronic form, now it's time to find your notary. This can be relatively difficult in the current climate. While most hospitals don't offer notary services, it's usually considered a conflict of interest. They do have a list of approved vendors and are willing to do a quick Google search to give you a list of names. I'm on the approved vendors list at a couple of hospitals around the Indianapolis metro area, or at least I was before the pandemic hit. I will warn you, it will be a little more difficult to find a notary to go to a hospital right now. A lot of us who used to spend most of our time in the hospitals have decided to stay away until the pandemic is a little more under control. Once you have found your notary and have your documents or have made arrangements for your notary to bring the documents with him or her, the rest is pretty much unchanged. Even though the individual signing might be in a hospital bed, they still have to meet all of the same criteria as anyone else. You will have to provide the person signing's ID, have any witnesses present. The signer still needs to be sober. You need to make sure he or she isn't heavily sedated and in a clear frame of mind. The signer also needs to be competent and understand what he or she is signing. All of the same rules still apply. One of the things made easier when doing some notarizations in a hospital is there are plenty of witnesses around. I have found that the medical staff in most hospitals are more than happy to stand as a witness as long as the person signing meets all of the competency requirements and they haven't witnessed any bullying behavior. Once your notary arrives, he or she will ask for everyone who is signing's identification, then will record the transaction in the notary journal. Your notary may ask the signer a few simple questions just to make sure everything is above board. I will do this especially with older patients. The questions are usually pretty quick, and in my practice, I ask a combination of the following. Do you understand what you are signing today? Depending on the answer, I may ask for a brief description. Are you willing to sign this document voluntarily? Of course, both answers need to be yes before I will proceed with the notarization. This is just a safeguard to make sure I am not helping unscrupulous individuals take advantage of someone. Just like any other notarization, hospital appointments tend to be pretty quick. This is not only just the nature of the assignment, but also done to make it as easy as possible on the signer. He or she is in the hospital for a reason, and there's no need to tire him or her out unnecessarily. So don't worry if you are stuck in a hospital bed and need to get something notarized. There are notaries available to help you as long as the hospital will let them in. This can be a pretty painless appointment. One thing I do want to cover, please be completely honest with your notary. If you or the signer is in the hospital due to COVID, don't admit the information. This will make it harder to find a notary, but remember, we are people first. Some of us have underlying conditions that could make this assignment very dangerous. Others will still be willing to help you, but will take other precautions to keep themselves safe. Please don't let us walk into this blind. Enough with the doom and gloom. If you found this video informative and would like to see more on estate planning, real estate, the notary world, or adulting in general, hit the subscribe button and don't forget the notification bell. This way you are alerted when a new video is uploaded. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to smash the like button. Next time we will continue this topic and we'll discuss getting a notary in an assisted living center or a nursing home. Until then, I hope you have a great start to your week, and I will see you on Wednesday.